16 heats have flashed before the Robot Wars crowd. 16 winners have pirouetted. The house robots dodged. The arena negotiated. Opponents toppled. Their hopes burnt out.
Let the wars begin!
So let's race into the first of our semi-finals. 8 robots, only 2 survive.
What's your tactics going to be?
Kill him.
There is no mercy.
We need a vet.
Vet in the house!
Mechanical medics a must on Robot Wars.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
This is where things get serious, because tonight our first 8 heat winners return for the first of our series semi-finals. It's going to be gruesome. It's going to be gory. So are we going to give them hell on the road to glory? The robots face a deadly knockout competition, and only the last 2 standing will return for the grand final, Robot Wars the Armageddon. So, if you're fired up for fury, let the semi-final begin!
Coming up, Craig, 4 terrific first round fights. Dantomkia will be meeting Gravity. X-Terminator will fight Agro. Bulldog breed meets Tough as Nails. But first up, Tornado, who reached the semi-finals by disposing of tetanus in the heat. And Raging Knightmare, who surprisingly beat the seeded Spawn Again to get this far.
From Sawtrey in Cambridgeshire and #1 seed, Tornado.
Reigning champions and former World Championship semi-finalists.
The busyness that's going on at the Tornado bench looks immense. Lads, how does Tornado deal with flippers?
Try and stay out of the way of the flipper. It's about the only way. If a machine is a particularly renowned flipper, we'll use a weapon that is very difficult for them to get under, like the flail scoop. But for Raging Reality, they're a good flipper. They've won their heat. Their flipper edge is not very wide, so we've gone for the disc, and it might do some damage to their armour, so we shall see.
A 4-wheel driven pushing box, basically, with the interchangeable weaponry, the disc, a large vertical bar, spinner lifters, the chain, flail, durable, but it is vulnerable to flippers.
From Colville in Leicestershire, Raging Knightmare.
Impressive winners of Heat N.
So what are your tactics going to be? Because they're a pretty powerful machine and they've got the experience and everything behind them.
Yeah, they've got the pushing power, but if we can just get 1 or 2 shots underneath, they may be out.
They're putting their spinner on the front.
A spinner, yeah. Well, we've been against a spinner in the heat, and all we get was cosmetic damage.
Well, lads, good luck. It is for a place in the grand final. It's starting to get exciting now, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's starting to get very exciting.
Very powerful flipping weaponry, 98 kilos in weight, but the body armour is lightweight, and that's the Achilles heel.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams then. Raging Knightmare first, Nigel Paget captaining, Liam Markham Summers in there as well. And there's the Tornado team, Andrew Marchant, the captain, David Gamble and Brian Moss. Brian in the middle. In the arena for the House Robots, Shunt, Dead Metal 2. 2 veterans.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Both these machines have a Robot Wars pedigree, and Tornado already in underneath Raging Knightmare and slamming them against the arena side wall, using the flipper to self-right Raging Knightmare. Expending energy though, every time it flips, Tornado is dogged in its pursuit, relentless. It has the spinner in front. Oh, what's happened to Shunt? shunt camera, and over went Shunt, tossed over by Raging Knightmare. Look at this from a different angle. The flipper and underneath Shunt, as Shunt was busying itself with Tornado, and over they went. Good attack by Raging Knightmare, but you're actually supposed to be attacking the little red thing on wheels called Tornado. Reigning champions, number 1 seed. There's a clue. Tornado, after you, into the CPZ. Slam, bang. Oh, no thank you, ma'am. Oh, and another side assault here. And each time Tornado whacks a robot, that's 100 kilos hitting you at 10 miles an hour, and that'll shake loose electronics and controls and render immobile, and I think they've done just that. It is not the most flamboyant of robots, but it is a terrific champion. They defeated the former world champions Razor to win the 6 wars, and they are through the first round of this, the first semi-final. Tornado, and out go Raging Knightmare. Disappointment for them, they've come so far.
Well, Tornado continue their relentless march to glory. Tornado, they go through. Tell me what went wrong.
They were pushing us down the back corner. As soon as we hit the wall, we don't know. It just wouldn't flip back. It was drivable, but we just couldn't self-right.
You're disappointed? I bet you look a bit gutted, actually.
Well, yeah, but good robot.
Fine robot, but I mean, it's the first time you've made the semi-finals. Your robot's improving all the time, isn't it?
Every time we just get that little bit further.
Let's hear it for Raging Knightmare! That was just bullying, really, wasn't it?
I think we got off extremely lightly there. I mean, they've got an awesome flipper.
I've got a very powerful flipper, but they couldn't flip it. They couldn't get anywhere near you. You're too fast.
Well, Andy did an absolutely marvellous job of driving in that one. He just dodged it every time, and then we managed to get them in the corner a few times, and their flipper obviously broke, so they couldn't get themselves back up again.
The robot's really controllable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of Tornado's strengths. It's always been one of the best things about it, that we can put it where we want, when we want it.
Well, do you think you can stay in the arena?
There's more than 50% flippers left out there. Yeah. We don't like them, but we'll take on all comers and try. But no, I think we'll be going out, to be honest.
Have we got any surprises left from Tornado? Any new weapons? Any special adaptations?
We still haven't used weapon number 4, but it's not really suited for flippers, so we may never see it, unfortunately. But
well, good luck, guys. You're the reigning UK champions. Let's see if you can go all the way.
Try and stay there. And
hang on to that title. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Team Tornado! Well, join me after the break for more hot semi-final action here on Robot Wars.
Coming up after the break, 2 more terrific fights for you. Dantomkia against Gravity of Holland and X-Terminator fighting St. Agro. Don't forget, only 2 machines survive tonight's semi-final. Welcome back. Tornado's march towards a second successive UK Robot Wars title continues. They're already through tonight to the second round, beating Raging Knightmare in sterling style.
Welcome back to Robot Wars and the first of our series semi-finals. 8 heat winners are fighting head-to-head to go through to the next round. So, let's see who's up next.
The number 5 seeds, Dantomkia, Craig. They beat Scorpion in their heat before finally disposing of IG-88 in flipping style. And they meet Gravity from Holland, hugely powerful against the seeded 13 Black. And then Lightning, and even the House Robots.
From Chertsey in Surrey and number 5 seed, Dantomkia.
Seeded after reaching the semi-finals of the last wars as well.
What is the feeling like when it gets down to this stage in the pits between all the Roboteers? Does it start to get sort of you look at each other's machines, sizing each other up, or is it still a friendly atmosphere?
It's a very friendly atmosphere. We make sure each other's machines are in tip-top condition so that when we fire them and beat them, hopefully, we have beaten the best that they can produce, which is a much better feeling.
Right, now you are up against the bad boys of the Seventh Wars, that's what I've been calling them. They're very naughty, they've had a yellow card, and they've flipped millions of house robots.
Yeah.
But I believe their machine is taken from your design.
Yeah, my pneumatic system, which was rather unique 2 years ago, it was copied by the Dutch a while back. We went to Holland to have a robot rumble out there, and they stripped our machines apart to find out how we did things. And, well, we helped them, and there's no problem at all. Camaraderie, you've got to beat the best to be the best.
What on earth does that all mean? Has a high-powered CO2 flipper with full-body spinner capability, very reliable, and at 20 miles an hour is twice as fast as Gravity.
From Leeuwarden in Holland, Gravity.
A previous heat final in Dutch Robot Wars and getting more and more impressive by the day.
It's the bad boys of the Seventh Wars. How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
What are you hoping to do in this final?
Get rid of Dantomkia. It's one opponent, and it's the best I've had so far. And of all the 15 other robots left in the competition, it's the only one I'm scared of.
So what's your tactics going to be once you get out there?
Flip him out of the arena, if that's possible.
Flip up the flipper.
Well, it's both skill and luck. If you're lucky enough to get under the other robot, you're able to flip him. If they're under you, they're going to flip you.
Slightly the heavier, certainly the longer. Powered by two 750-watt electric motors. Very strong. They say this can drive through a car, but the arm isn't the most resilient.
Roboteers, stand by.
The Masters, the Lamberts, Michael and Daniel, and Stephen Gadsby of Dantomkia. The apprentices who learnt from them, W.J. Dijkstra, Alex and Jeroen and Gravity. And Shunt. And Sergeant Bash. The house robots on patrol.
3, 2, 1, activate.
On cue, the second battle in this, the first semi-finals. Dantomkia! Over and out! Simple as that!
Cease.
How quick was that done? That stunned even them. They can't believe it. Let's see how long it took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cease called on 6 seconds. I make it. Have to be confirmed. Has to be one of the fastest ever. What power there. Gravity. Dantomkia. High hopes. Tossed even higher. And then the mighty four.
That has got to be a new Robot Wars record all over in 6 seconds. Dantomkia cannot defy Gravity. Gravity go marching on.
Hey, the wife's here, I hear.
Yeah, she's annoyed.
Can't be good in front of the wife. All those hours spent in the shed. 6 seconds.
It was quick, wasn't it?
So you were going in for a flip first, I suppose. It was just like who got the first flip won the bout. Is that the way it worked out?
Yeah, I was trying to come round to their side and get around because I can outdrive them. Stupid. And they turned on me, and I had to go wider and wider and wider to get around them, and it didn't work.
Oh, back to the drawing board or what?
No, learn to drive a bit better.
Learn to drive a bit better.
Yeah.
Listen, guys. What can I say? Commiserations.
Thank you.
A brilliant team, a brilliant robot. The kids should still be proud, and the missus. Let's hear it for Dantomkia!
Well, you got rid of the 5th seed.
Yeah, I know.
Talk me through it.
Well, they were the dangerous robot out there. And like he said, they were trying to drive around me, and I just got in there and got their side.
Everyone's scared of you now. I mean, everyone's talking in the pits about you being such a powerful robot. Is there anyone that scares you?
Well, it's out now, so...
That was the robot that you were most afraid of?
Yeah.
So that was like your little mini-final, really?
Yeah, it looks like it. Has the best driver, has the best weapon, so...
Yeah. What about the likes of X-Terminator and Tornado?
I can get under it, so that will be over.
Well, guys, everyone's scared. I think you can go all the way. The smart money's on you. Let's hear it for Gravity!
Phew, already through to the second round of this semi-final Tornado and Gravity. In a few minutes, Bulldog breed against Tough as Nails, another brilliant Dutch entry, but now X-Terminator and St. Agro. Let's see how they got this far. Well, St. Agro look very impressive in their heat, beating Scraptosaur. Then they met Cyros in the heat final. X-Terminator past Major Tom 3 and Tsunami and Diabolos, and then Killer Carrot 2 before fighting Tsunami again in the heat final.
From St. Agnes in Cornwall, St. Agro.
Named after that patron saint of roboteers.
Now, Michael, you are driving. Have you seen your opposition in action?
Yeah, X-Terminator. Tough robot. Rip the opponents to shreds. Hope it doesn't happen to us.
But you are a double-sided flipper. You're the only one in the wars, I believe.
I reckon we can get them.
You reckon you can get them?
Yeah.
What's your tactics going to be?
Kill them.
Absolutely kill them. Do you talk tactics before the match?
Yes, we do.
And what's been the major sort of like the way you're going to go on this one?
Well, the major thing with us is we've only got a limited amount of flips. We have to conserve them carefully. Otherwise, we're going to end up at the end running around trying to escape from a spinner that's spinning and going to kill us.
It's the lighter, but the faster of the two. The flipper can work both ways up, but it's prone to failure, and that's not much good when it takes up 40% of your robot.
From Belmont in Herefordshire and number 11 seed, X-Terminator.
In their 5th Robot Wars and their 2nd semi-final.
Now, I just want to know, I want you to paint a picture for the viewers at home. What does it actually feel like? Are you nervous? Are you frightened?
Is very, very nervous until they say activate, and then you just forget about everything and just concentrate on what you're doing.
You're up against a flipper.
Yeah, another flipper.
How are you going to deal with it?
Well, hopefully we're going to remove its wheels off the side of it before it gets a chance to flip us. That's our only tactic, I think.
Has the vertical spinning disc, 4-wheel driven, 4-wheel steer, extremely destructive, but it doesn't like flippers. Firestorm, for example, beat it in the heat final of the 6th Wars.
Roboteers, stand by.
The St. Agro team, Terry and Benjamin Carlin, who's 12, and Michael Gambon, and X-Terminator Marlon Pritchard and Simon Baldwin. And in the arena for the house robot, Shunt once more. And Matilda, with the tusks and the flywheel, and the attitude problem.
3,
the bad breath.
2, 1, activate.
And the mother, well, we don't talk about her. St. Agro, quickly across the Reno floor. X-Terminator awaits. Is the spinning blade of X-Terminator working? The ref cam looking on. It's spinning so fast, it's a blur, the X-Terminator blade, I think. Straight into the side of St. Agro. And St. Agro already tattered here. There's a chunk out of one of the wheels, look. Oh! Flayed! There's the chunk from the wheel. They won't be able to run truly across the arena floor. They're limping towards the pit release. They can't even activate that properly. X-Terminator gave them help. We are now down to the stage where the fittest and meanest survives and the weakest are marmalised. Oh dear. Can hardly look on, Terry Carlin. He's the builder and the fixer of the team. And the taxi service too, he says. To and from the workshop. And also the robot hospital. Because that, I'm afraid, is where St. Agro is heading. Refbot has a look. The inevitable is nigh. And X-Terminator looks mighty and powerful and durable. Persistent. And Matilda, of course, always likes to come in and pulverise the weak. Whoa! Look at that, missing out of that wheel. You're not talking foam rubber out there. That was real metal munching. Down comes Shunt's axe. St. Agro venting steam. In the CPZ. Ooh, they grimace. And they stare. And they ponder how much damage they can cause. X-Terminator, Marlon Pritchard, the driver, Simon Baldwin, tactical expert, a suspension technician by trade. Marlon is an instrument engineer. And Terry and the team look on in dismay. It'll hobble its way, assisted by Matilda, onto the floor flipper. And St Agro's last memories of this, the Robot Wars, the 7th Wars semi-final, will be a thrust through the air, and down they came with the greatest of ease, and Matilda in there once again. I like the look of X-Terminator. We've seen some very good machines so far in the semi-final. Gravity and Tornado, and now X-Terminator.
St Agro consigned to the pit of oblivion. X-Terminator, they go through! Looking short. We ran out of luck.
Yeah, we ran out of luck.
You had the same problem in the heats, didn't you, with that wheel?
Yeah. Matilda took it apart in the heats, took it apart here.
Yeah. So talk me through the fight from your angle.
Couldn't get under them, they took us apart.
Kind of wrecked you, really.
Yeah.
And then you got flipped and pitted. What was your tactic? How did you think you were going to take them on?
We thought we could get under them and just try and get them quick before their spinner spun up, but couldn't get under them, so...
Yeah. The rest of it was just downhill from there, really?
Yeah.
Ends in tears.
Hopefully not.
So, St Agro, where's he go?
Gonna rebuild it, get it lower to the ground, more powerful flipper, come back next year.
All right, guys, good to have you here. Let's hear it for St Agro! If my memory serves me right, you've been in the semi-finals once before.
Yeah, Series 4.
Was that the 4th war, was it?
Yeah.
So these aren't quite heady heights, you're used to it. How do you think it went?
Yeah, it went well. That's what we hope and try and do. Try and get to the wheels before they got the flipper under us. Yeah. Because we're not good for a flipper. If we go over, we've had it.
Yeah.
So
can you not self-right?
We can if you land in the sort of right place, but it's always hit and miss. You get on the side of the arena or something. So we had to try and take them in a bit first.
Yeah, and you did. So anyway, let's hope you avoid a flipper. Yeah. Get who you want. Let's hope you go all the way.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. X-Terminator! Join me after the break for more hot robo action here on Robot Wars.
Coming up, our last round one battle in this semi-final. The best of British Bulldog breed against the toughest of the Dutch, tough as nails. A full pressure flipper against the mighty powerful Crusher. Welcome back to the first of the semi-finals. Still alive, Tornado, the reigning champions, Gravity from Holland, and from the last battle we saw, X-Terminator joining a very, very powerful bunch. They'll take some stopping.
Welcome back to Robot Wars and the first of our series semi-finals. Tonight, we're looking for 2 robots to go through to the grand final. Will it be one of our next 2 robots? Only the war zone will decide.
Once again then, Craig, Tornado, Gravity and X-Terminator through already. Next up, Tough as Nails and Bulldog breed. Now the number 12 seeds, 1 Heat K, beating Hard and then Cat 3 in a tense and tough heat final. Joining them at this stage, newcomers to the UK Wars, previously seen in Holland. Watch for them. Tough as Nails.
From Cannock in Staffordshire and number 12 seed, Bulldog breed.
They've reached previous heat finals. This is their first semi-final, though.
Semi-finals, lads.
Semi-finals this is. We've never got this far before.
How are we feeling?
Yeah, we're confident. It's the robot that's a little bit poorly at the moment, so I think we need the vet.
What's wrong with him?
It's got a fractured chassis and a twisted frame. We've got one wheel on the floor, one hard point on the floor, and trying to keep it straight is a major problem. But we need a vet. We need a vet.
Vet in the house!
Two hopes, Bob Hope and No Hope. Bulldog breed with a top speed of 10 miles an hour, slower, heavier. Weaknesses absolutely none. You've just heard about 100.
From Haren in the Netherlands, tough as nails.
With the trophy of Robo Chicken on board, previously beaten in this series.
How are we feeling?
Fine. We had some trouble with the robot, but we were able to repair everything, so we're ready for it. So
What was wrong with your robot?
the antenna sheared off, and we had the broken speed controller.
Yeah, we saw that in the last fight. It was a very close one. Niels, what's your tactics for the semi-final?
Probably still the same. Grab onto the Bulldog breed and drop in the pit again. See what works this time.
Demands respect this. It won a major robot event in Holland with that hugely powerful crusher, but there is a limited CO2 supply and electrical problems on board.
Roboteers, stand by.
The Bulldog breed, the Summerfield family, and Jeroen, Stefan and Niels and Toughish Nails, and Sergeant Bash, and Matilda too. I won't be able to visit Holland in a long time.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Never mind. Tough as nails, up and over Bulldog breed. Bouncing down. Somewhere underneath is that Robo Chicken trophy. Is invertible, of course, tough as nails. And if Bulldog breed gets caught in the pincers, they will be in major peril. They snap the pincers together to the crusher. You heard the snap, but Bulldog breed survived. And at the moment, those problems Tony Somerville was telling us about in the pits don't seem that evident. Robert Summerfield, 17 at the controls. Can they keep the machine straight? Straight enough. They're doing very well here, Bulldog breed, because the way Tough as Nails fought earlier in the competition, I had them down as a dead set winner of this. And Bulldog breed flips them, and Tough as Nails is in trouble. And the best of British here is flying the Union Jack high and proud. Tough as Nails bounces down. They cannot get Bulldog breed in their grips. And this is brilliant stuff from the Bulldog. They are growling out there and prowling, and now they're caught by Tough as Nails. This is the closest battle we've seen in this semi-final so far. Tough as Nails couldn't get traction, and Bulldog breed again away. There's the pit yawning. Tough as Nails tries the big heave-ho, and Bulldog breed digs in, resilient as ever. Tough as Nails, the cross-arena drive. Bulldog breed off the arena sidewall and shoves back. This is a terrific tug of war out there now. Sergeant Bash has a look. Was there a flick of flame? They lock horns. What a wonderful battle. Bulldog breed, the concentration etched on the face of Tony Summerfield, an engineer by trade. Over the flame pit, to and fro. Is that causing damage to the two 1-horsepower motors inside Bulldog breed? I wonder. Is the energy dissipating in their full pressure flipper? Is Tough as Nails a one-trick pony? Their tyre is tattered. Bulldog breed comes in once again and tries to flip them out. Sergeant Bash is ready. For me, Bulldog breed has been the worthier of the two here. And that is surprising. Heat finalists in the 4th Wars, the 5th Wars, Tag Team Terror champions in Robot Wars Extreme in the past. Bulldog breed holding on. The push by Tough as Nails. They can't get them in the pit. That is Bulldog bravery for you. Now they try to get in underneath the ground clearance of Tough as Nails. 3 centimetres that ground clearance. And in Robot Wars terms, that is yawning. This is going to go to the judges, and they will mark on star control damage and aggression. And I think we may well have a surprise here. Bulldog breed seeded, but I'd have had Tough as Nails before we had Activate. I'm not sure now. Brilliant stuff. Terrific fight. Tension.
What a ding-dong battle that was. We're going to have to go to the judges. You know the criteria. While they're making up their minds, let's review the highlights of that fantastic battle.
One of the best we've ever seen in Robot Wars. Tough as nails, immediately on the attack, but Bulldog breed too sharp, too wily, too stylish. Certainly Tough as nails aggressive and pirouetting there, but Bulldog breed full of aggression too. Who's scoring the most points? Down on your score sheet. Tough as nails for that attack. Bulldog breed for hanging on and then fighting back. To and fro.
Well, the judges have made their decision. They've gone for Bulldog breed! You were nearly out of the arena twice. I think that's probably what swung it.
I think that did it, yeah.
Your tactic, of course, open the pit and try and push them in.
Yeah, we tried, but we couldn't get them in.
You couldn't get them in? Why couldn't you get them in the pit? You seemed like you had more power than them.
That's true, but they have very good traction, and we ran out of battery power, so again.
Well, you've done well though, haven't you?
It was a great fight. We really enjoyed it, and it was very difficult. We didn't know who won. It was for us. It is too close call. But
yeah, it wasn't close. I couldn't pick the bones out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Tough as Nails. You might be tough as nails, but they're not tougher than Bulldog breed, are they?
No, they're not. I think the phrase all through this competition's been skin of teeth. We're driving with a broken chassis and a twisted frame. We got one wheel just on the floor and the other one just off the floor.
Were you disappointed that you didn't get them out the arena?
Yeah.
So again,
it's such big wheels. They keep rolling off the wall all the time.
Yeah.
We got there.
Because like we got towards the end there, but it looked like they were going to push you into that pit.
That's what we thought. As soon as they started pushing, we thought we'll start pulling, which will offset them. And as soon as they felt us pull, we changed direction again. Yeah. That threw them a little bit, I thought. Yeah. And I saw Matilda turn around. I thought, right, you're going that way. Yeah. And we started to lose battery power because they're such a bloody good pushers. Yeah. But it was a fair contest, and it wouldn't have been at all a problem to lose to these guys.
Well, that's very good of you, sir. But you didn't. You're through. You're marching on. And I reckon you're going to bite a few more robots before the end of this competition.
Yeah, Bulldog's moving on.
Not fair.
Okay, Bulldog breed. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen.
Still surviving, Tornado, Gravity, X-Terminator and Bulldog breed. This is how they line up in the second round of the first semi-final. Bulldog breed will fight X-Terminator. Gravity will fight Tornado.
Dun, 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 dun. Gravity.
Very good flipper. Very, very, very good flipper.
They got Dantomkia out.
Yeah, they'll probably do the same to us.
You are the number one seed, though. You've got a lot of power, you've got a lot of experience, and you've got an amazing machine. Why do you think you're not going to win this?
Well, part of it, we fought Dantomkia a lot of times. Dantomkia frequently gets under the front of us, and they just went straight under the front of Dantomkia.
He's just got the smile from ear to ear. He's been walking around, checking them out, haven't you?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, they're really low on the front side, so I think I won't get them on the front side. It's as simple as that.
You've got to take them from behind.
Something like that, behind or the side, doesn't matter.
And they are fitting weapons as we speak.
Do they have weapons?
They do. They have certain weapons.
You call that weapons?
Oh, fighting talk from one of the bad boys.
So, 4 robots left. They'll be split into 2 fights. The winners of each going through to the grand final. It's time. In fact, it's time to show no mercy.
Tornado.
So much experience. This is 3rd series semi-finals. David Gamble, Andrew Marchett, Brian Moss.
Gravity.
Newcomers, but mighty thus far. WJ Dykstra, Alex Charon.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the House Robots, Cassius Chrome, a newcomer to this series, and Sir Killalot, an old favourite.
2, 1, activate.
The durable and experienced against the powerful, but perhaps the raw That's how I'd see this one. And Tornado has the front bulldozer scoop on. The interchangeable weaponry to get in underneath Gravity. Gravity's ground clearance very low at the front because of the flipper blade, but at the side you'll see a chasm yawning wide open. Tornado trying to exploit that into the clutches of Sir Killalot in that CPZ. And Tornado were the more experienced in those early encounters, and Gravity just away from Sir Killalot. Oh, but damaged. Hobbling. One tyre punctured. You can see there's a puncture. Tornado. Look at the way Tornado spins, almost on a sixpence. That'll open me up to emails. A sixpence. Oh, ask your granddad. Tornado attacking Gravity on the angle grinder. And Gravity in peril, I think for the first time in the championships. Was it Sir Killalot that punctured the tyre? We may find out later. Tornado gives chase. So quick across the arena floor. So versatile, but flipped away. One mistake there by Andrew Marchant driving, and it could have been so costly. And there is still life in Gravity as it bobbles along on the arena floor. Tornado to the side, and now will push. Is a massive power that it pushes, and Gravity flips itself away for a moment. Gains some breathing space. Back comes Tornado. It is a darn dogged thing. And it chases once again, and it's, I think, pressed the pit release, and Gravity on the pit, and caught there, and descending away from the 7th Wars.
What a fight! What a closely contested battle. Gravity can't defy Gravity in the end. Tornado, the champions, the first seeds, they go through to the grand final. I just said to you unlucky, and you said not unlucky.
No, just they punctured our tires, that was it. We could move around, but not at our normal speed.
I know both tyres were flat, weren't they?
Yeah.
It is a great driver, but I don't think it's ever been flipped that high before. Hit you in by the arena wall. Disappointed?
No, just a bit.
I mean, but you got the first seeds, you must have thought,
No, actually, I was quite happy with them.
Yeah, you wanted to fight them, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you think you had the takings of them?
Well, when they got upside down, they were at a disadvantage because they couldn't push me anymore because they were just sliding up on top of me.
Yeah, and then also they had that lip so you could get under and flip.
Yeah.
But you
couldn't push them to the edge anymore, so...
didn't you see the pit coming?
I couldn't get off with flat tires.
Oh, you couldn't get off, you were just stuck there.
Yeah.
Next time you come back, new robot, or are you going to stick with Gravity?
Oh, I build a new robot every year.
You build a new robot every year, just like that? How much does a robot like that cost?
About €4,000, that's £3,000.
Well, can't wait to see what you come up with next, because Gravity was an amazing robot, so watch this space. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Gravity!
That was one we were really afraid of. They've been flipping things out of the arena. Well, you saw Dantomkia, 6 seconds.
I know.
They're amazing.
And I saw how high it got you.
Yeah.
Got you
we
very
were
high.
Flying.
But you got through again. You're relentless.
It's by the skin of our teeth.
Piston, though. It's a battering ram. And the driving was excellent. Did you know they couldn't get off the pit when you opened the button?
I sort of realised if I can position them over the pit, if it goes down quickly enough, they won't get off, and I was lucky.
Well, good luck in the grand final.
Thank you.
The first seeds, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it, Team Tornado! Well, join me after the break. Will X-Terminator or Bulldog Breed join Tornado in the grand final? Keep it here. Keep it Robot Wars.
So the reigning champs through. Which of these two will join them? X-Terminator with the blade or Bulldog Breed with the flipper? X-Terminator with the power, Bulldog Breed with the pace. It's going to be close. It's going to be mayhem. It's Robot Wars. Welcome back, X-Terminator and Bulldog breed to come, but this is how Tornado, the reigning champions, reached their second successive UK final. All push, and when it came to shove, gravity, not good enough.
Welcome back to Robot Wars and the first of our series semi-finals. Before the break, another robot won their place in the grand final. But who's going to join them? Well, let's see who's left.
Tornado's job is done tonight, but plenty of slog ahead for X-Terminator and Bulldog breed.
So the Bulldog fights on then?
Yes, it does. This is serious now. We've pushed our luck as far as it'll go. We just hope it lasts just one more. And we'll, fingers crossed, we'll come out in one piece.
Well, you're up against X-Terminator. Yeah. He's a bit of a nasty machine out there.
Yeah, but he can only be nasty if you're in the arena.
This round, Bulldog breed, are you going to take him?
It's going to be very tough. Very tough.
Why?
It's built like a tank. It is very strong all over. There's just no way of getting into it, I think.
So it's going to be quite a close contest.
It's going to be real close. It's going to be a good battle.
It's going to be a good battle, but he never gives up, that Bulldog.
No, nor do we.
Bulldog breed.
Showing terrific doggedness to get this far, the machine of the Summerfield family. There's young Robert in the middle, only 17.
X-Terminator.
Second series semi-final. Wild Thing beat it back in Robot Wars, the fourth Wars. Marlon Pritchard and Simon Baldwin.
Roboteers, stand by.
In the arena for the House Robots, Cassius Crone. It's a Killer Lot 2.
3, 2, 1.
Bulldog breed slightly the heavier by a couple of kilos, slightly the faster by 1 mile an hour. X-Terminator's blade, though, certainly the more damaging. Already rendering metal there, bending and buckling and shredding and tearing. And Bulldog breed upended, flipped over, can self-right using the flipper, and once again hopping away. Oh, but they know. Look at the faces. Look at the faces. They know. Tony Summerfield desperately trying to drive Bulldog breed away from the trouble zone. An X-Terminator after them. And to kill a lot, that hardly helps. X-Terminator's blade back up to full speed. Only checked when it comes into contact with Bulldog breed's armour. Into the CPZ. How can Bulldog breed turn this fight around? It is difficult to see here a way out for them, because they can't flip, can they? They can't get in underneath X-Terminator because their front is buckled up. X-Terminator pushes into the clutches of Sir Killalot in that CPZ. Oh! Sir Killalot almost tried to lance on X-Terminator, but clutches Bulldog breed. Plucks it up. The ref bot looking on. X-Terminator moves away, knowing, I think, theirs is a place in the grand final. Moments away surely now for the team from Herefordshire, X-Terminator. In again on Bulldog breed. Well, they've done terrifically well to get this far, but they will get no further unless there is a major turnaround. I mean, we have seen robots at this stage, this dominant, drive themselves into the pit, get too close to an arena side wall, and then a flipper has tossed them out. That's happened in the past in Robot Wars, but not this time. Not this time. Bulldog breed. For a minute there, I thought your kennel awaited. Down and away out of that arena. Sir Killalot comes in. Never misses a chance. Well, give a dog a bone. You know the story. X-Terminator again. And a bit of metal is ripped away from Bulldog breed. Sir Killalot crumples. X-Terminator thrashes. Tony Summerfield and Robert Summerfield look on. They can barely watch. Oh. There's a tattered noise to it all. The tyre exposed. Oh. They're beaten. Is he saying stop it? Is he saying refbot come in? So much work goes into these machines. They've gone so far. And one step away from the grand final. Bulldog breed has been put back on its lead, and it will go back to the kennels. A whimpering, not barking. X-Terminator the winners, and through to the grand final for Marlon Pritchard and Simon Baldwin. Well done to them.
Annihilation, obliteration, devastation in the war zone. The Bulldog gets put down, exterminated through to the grand final.
That didn't go to plan.
That was the plan. We were going to fool them by rushing into their weapon. It's got to come to an end sometime, hasn't it?
You are all over the war zone. There's bits of robot everywhere.
Well, we said we'd like to be around a bit, but didn't quite mean like that.
You couldn't seem to flip them.
Couldn't get under. We could see how low they were to the floor at the front, and every time we tried to get to the side, they turned. So I thought, oh, let's go for it, you know.
And then, of course, once it had hit your flipper a few times, it started bending up, and then you had no chance of getting underneath.
That's right. That's 6 mil thick titanium. There it is. That gives you an idea of the power in their weapon.
Have you ever taken a worse battering than that in Robot Wars?
I think Hypnodist had a go or two, but no, that's probably the worst one. Yeah, it's probably the worst one. Yeah.
So go ballistic for Bulldog Breed 3!
I don't know if I should stand that close to you, actually. You've got a definite mean streak. No, you know, we do like carnage and chaos. We like destruction. But you showed absolutely no mercy whatsoever.
You can't.
Is there any way?
Because, like, his flipper was still going, and there's any chance we could have got on it, we could have been over and out straight away. Well, it's still flipping. You just can't take the chance.
So you've just got to go in and really kill it off.
You've got to give it a good kick in.
Even when there was bits north, south, east and west of that robot.
That's what we're here for.
You've finally built a robot that can do the damage, that does the business, and we love it. Ladies and gentlemen, go mad! X-Terminator! X-Terminator has silenced Bulldog Breed's roars, and they've made the grand final on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
Coming up next time, the second of our semi-finals, featuring the second seeds, Firestorm 5, the 14th seeds, Thermidor, the 16th seeds, Storm 2.
Prepare to jump upside down in delight as the Chase Australia lands on Challenge this Monday at 9. On Pick next, the SG1 team undergo a startling transformation.